In August 1999, singer-songwriter Terry B would release her first album under her newly established band, My Ruin, titled Speak and Destroy, an album comprised of Patti Smith-like spoken word poetry surrounded by nu metal, goth, scream metal, techno, electronica, industrial, and rap, along with vocals ranging from soft-spoken word to rock, punk, and scream metal. All this combined makes for a definite unique album listening experience, as you do not know what's coming within a track, let alone multiple ones. But above all, the lyrical department is filled with introspective poetry that encompasses religious themes, symbols, and direct references, while also incorporating themes of anger, destruction, agency and empowerment, relationships, identity, and sex. With 7 studio albums under the My Ruin band, this is a project I'm keenly interested in exploring further thanks to a commenter. But for now, let's get on with the review of Speak and Destroy.
The musicians began to tune up, though it seemed a pointless exercise considering the type of music they were going to play.
First, there is a brief prologue piece from a narrator who sounds like the opening from Law and Order, and while it's only 6 seconds in length, what he says is funny, at least to me.
I've been put upon this earth in female form, but I can handle myself with the best of you, as well as the worst, and I often have.
Now, for the actual first song, Terror is an excellent start to the album, as it embodies the nature of the album title and the underlying themes found throughout the record. There are crushing guitar riffs, hammering drums, and prominent bass playing, even bits of acoustic later on. There are numerous overlays featuring instruments with an electronic, hard rock, almost science fiction feel, and Terry just brings such a punk edge to her with spoken word poetry that characterizes agency and independence through a sort of born-again messiah character. The lyrics embody juxtaposition and statements made on humanity and how through this quasi-biblical declaration, she has come back to stand her ground unapologetically. Preacher has an intro that is heavily dense with bass and distorted vocals. The verses have a haunted, psychedelic effect as the instruments chug along, with each piece standing out individually. The chorus explodes into a conglomerate breakdown of aggressive spoken word and vocal overlays, with her screaming or shouting on top. Much like Terror, the religious themes are prominent as she portrays herself like a demon or even a monster, as today is a boring oatmeal day as she's this psycho ready for blood. The song successfully illustrates impending doom. With the cover of Soft Cell's Tainted Love, I vastly prefer this over the original. I've always found Soft Cell's version to be boring, sue-me. What I like most about them covering this song is that it fits thematically with what came before. Like, it's not a cover just for the hell of it, as Tainted Love serves as a core piece to this narrative of the record, with instrumental arrangements and effects we've been hearing, combined with Terry's performance, giving it this sort of, I don't know, like sinister edge. They transformed the track into a unique interpretation.
God wants a piece of her ass. God wants a piece of my ass.
Blasphemous Girl is a track that shreds. Everything is piss and vinegar, firing on all cylinders. It incorporates the rapping quality of nu metal along with the deep guttural screaming of the chorus. The song is quite dark, with her boyfriend characterized as God and how she endures physical and emotional abuse from him in a twisted, sacrificial way. She becomes gaslighted to the point of accepting whatever punishment he brings her, as if she's in a cult. But there's enough in her to see the truth, where she says the word liar should be tattooed on him.
You feel like having to me, all I wanna do is
Close Your Eyes is a haunting, atmospheric, and dark shoegaze style song. The use of space and the dragging of instruments to the end of their sounds captures this dreamy, limbo-like atmosphere. On top of that, Terry's vocals are in a hushed tone as she extends out the last word of various verses, emphasizing a drowsy state. There are points when the song gets rowdy, but it does remain within the hazy mood. The best way I can describe it is a dark, bleak, almost noir tale of friends with benefits. Absolution is a complete 180 in sound compared to the previous track. Most of her vocals overlap, resulting in a highly distorted and non-human-like sound. The pre and post-chorus build-up and release are great, very seamless and naturally driven. She goes ballistic during the choruses, yet it's tightly compressed, and the bridge has this back and forth effect with her screaming one line while she recites another in spoken word. Needless to say, this track is aggressive as she is near the end of her rope with all the physical and mental scars accumulated throughout an unfaithful and harmful relationship.
My confession, my exorcism, my worship in progress. I have no other lover.
Gothically erotic with the driving force of an electric guitar, Horrible Pain Within My Heart is twisted with temptation, lust, and sin as she draws to a man who can easily kill her while also making her night. Her delivery sets the mood, but the guitar gives it this exciting and dangerous tone as the character gives in to her desires. Also, the guitar solo kicks major ass.
Be damned the day I die. You're anti-muse, you're anti-lie. Can I speak? Can I speak?
Monster is classic sounding punk rock characterized by crunching riffs. It's got a bit of a Joanne Jett flavor, perhaps the most accessible song so far. Her vocals carry spite, edge, swagger, and determination, perhaps even a hint of vengeance. But the song ties into the album name, where she is viewed as a monster for owning her voice and using it, in essence, speaking to destroy whatever issues or pushback that comes her way.
Sequences, deny addiction, down on my knees, be my affliction.
Sick With It is freaking nuts. You know, it's one of those songs where a parent hears their kid blasting it and thinks, oh boy, our sweet baby needs Jesus. Because man, she and the band just like throw everything down here. She practically makes her throat bleed with the amount of screaming she does. It's as if you're in a metal church, given how she bleeds spiritual and emotional testimony. She clearly illustrates a state of profound emotional turmoil filled with pain and, well, sickness.
Your lips bleed like a rose. Underneath the soil is where the evil grows.
My Beautiful Flower is cinematic, featuring a lo-fi hip-hop beat and atmospheric electronica noise. Most of the song is done in a disturbed whisper tone, but eventually breaks down with screaming. Again, with the profound poetry, here the music is juxtaposed with life and death, beauty and decay, Mother Nature and its elements, and how they all represent each other, with her lover being fire and her water. Given the title, you do get a common saying of, he loves me not, as you pull off the flower petals, which definitely fits the theme.
I watch you live your life in regret. You'll get what you deserve.
Heavy punk mixed with rap, cloaked in a Gothic atmosphere. Diavolina is interesting in its chorus, where Terry sings them as if she's like at a picket line, making her statements clear, which does coincide with her repeating how this is a mantra. However, I do have mixed feelings about that approach. Coming back to it after the various verse, I feel like it kind of derails some momentum. Nonetheless, she wears this song on her sleeve, and you definitely feel the fed up anger and passion she carries throughout. The bridge is quite good, and the chugging nature of the instruments drives home that punk call-out nature of this track.
I'm still breathing. You can't kiss me. Kill me, darling. I know you miss me.
June 10th is a beautiful track. The song conveys a haunting vulnerability revolving love, remembrance, desire, and connection. The piano is an excellent touch, and the guitars have a hint of like Spanish flavor almost. The presentation stays the same throughout, which I like. From beginning to end, it's a soft Gothic ballad that stays within the intimate beauty and softness it carries. Bright Red Scream begins with this excellent guitar feedback that sways from left to right as the bass just chugs along like a beast. Everything is just super tight and industrial sounding as she comes towards you with a smile and a dagger. The ferocity in her ability to act as an insane killer girlfriend are top notch, because it's your job to stay the fuck away and not give into whatever temptation or seductiveness she carries, or else, it's lights out.
Of the beauty whore, and my body just wants more scars. I can feel them wounds. I can't heal them.
Cosmetic returns with the electronica elements and science fiction approach. Tonally, the tones maintain a consistent level with no dramatic rises or lows. Like the song My Beautiful Flower, you are reintroduced to common sayings like Starlight, Star Bright, and Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. The title is self-explanatory as the character uses makeup and beauty to conceal the physical and emotional torment she carries in her life.
Sick of looking, sick of can't, I'm sick of the sycophant. Sick of listening, sick of can't see.
Talk about firing on all cylinders. Sycophant just kicks major ass. There's no remorse or holdback, just spitting fire from the heart. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street lullaby as the intro. It's very mysterious. Elements of punk, rap, and nu metal are present, with the chorus that features a fun rhythm. And if I had to guess what the song might be about, I think it has to deal with posers within the emo or nu metal cultures. Additionally, as styles, fashion, and media within that group become mainstream as it did, the idea of being a standout and having that sort of lifestyle define you in terms of how you feel just sort of transitions into just another fashion trend.
The band hit the chords harder than any musicians he'd ever heard, rammed pure rage into each tune.
Epilogue returns to the narrator from the prologue, continuing about how rambunctious the band is to the point of causing property damage, musical distortion to hell and back, and what I would assume to be the producer's eyes almost bleed.
God wants to heal cancer. Christians are commanded. Alcohol is good.
Beware of God concludes the album with a televangelist soundbite about God, the church, and alcohol, serving as a bookend to the album's religious themes. However, before we conclude, the common playlist on YouTube features the UK release, but there was also a US release of the album, which replaced Monster with Meso Christ. Oh well, let me tell you, this song is fucking brutal. Like, everything is just to the max with metal and scream metal. And it goes without saying, but the song keeps the religious themes going with Jesus dying on the cross, and she carries sin and guilt, but doesn't want to watch him suffer, so she will bring the pain in a way for her to die for her sins, a la masochism. So there you have it, My Ruins album, Speak and Destroy. It was an excellent album to discover. Thanks again to a commenter who recommended it to me, and yes, I absolutely loved it. And I'm very much intrigued, like I said in the beginning, to further explore their discography. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and take care.